The first thing you needed to do was come up with a list of visual texture that you wanted to draw. After you came up with your list of 10 possible visual drawings that you might want to include, you were supposed to dwindle that list down and decide where you wanted to place it on your final worksheet. The planning stage is an important process to creativity. Not only do you develop your problem-solving skills, but it also helps you process the expectations and goals of the assignment. Make sure that when you're turning in your in-progress work that you do include both the reference photo and an image of your drawing. As you can see here, they're close-up drawings, so I can really accurately look and compare the original to your drawing. If you choose to use a how-to video online, I just need that link so that I can compare the original drawing that you have with the video that you followed along with. The goal of this assignment is to draw what you see, not what you think you see, so that you can draw realistic images. Now, if you don't have a printer, don't worry about it. Just take a close-up photo of your drawing and then include the reference photo that you used. The planning stage should inspire you to think through the process. Your plans usually evolve and grow into something amazing if you let your mind process through the problem-solving stage. Will the final product look different from when you began planning out your artwork? Probably, hopefully for the better. Speaking of evolving and growing into something else, everything that I have in a yellow sticky represents what I continued to decide to draw, but then at the end I really wasn't feeling it to do the flower petals, so then I decided to draw the cat fur instead. Likewise, on this drawing I changed my mind midway, so instead of drawing a rock I found a fun picture of a rope, so I drew the rope instead, and instead of the flower petal I drew wood instead. So it is okay to keep changing your mind as you're working through your artistic process. After you've drawn all of your visual texture, it's time to move on to the actual texture. Remember, during the planning process, I asked you to come up with a list of 10 actual textures that you could assemble and glue onto your final worksheet. Like I indicated with the visual texture, it will evolve, it will change with your actual texture as well. But you need to start somewhere, and if you plan out your actual texture and you need to buy supplies or gather up supplies, you'll have time to do so. Listed on your rubric, you will see the following. A student demonstrates strong attention to detail throughout the artwork. Each drawing, which is your visual drawing, resembles the reference photo or video demonstration. The visual texture drawings are realistic in nature because the drawing shows a wide range of value. The work needs to be in pristine condition, absent of smudge marks or other blemishes. The actual texture covers the space completely but still stays within the lines. The actual texture is assembled neatly on the paper. The glue holding the texture onto the paper does not distract from the look of the artwork. The actual texture in each shape is creatively placed on the space. The student put thought and effort into creating a design from actual texture. The arrangement of the actual and visual texture shows balance and unity. And the very last thing is that colors on the worksheet complement each other. So I would only choose 2, maybe 3 colors at the most to repeat over and over again. One of the items on my list is sandpaper, but I really didn't want to just cut out a shape and then paste it on. It needs to be creative, so I'm trying to think of different ways to use sandpaper in a creative way. I didn't know what to do with the sandpaper, so I actually came up with 3 different designs. I am thrilled with the design, in my opinion, that looks kind of like a flower. So I am going to actually incorporate that into one of my designs. Only a few students are ready to move on to the actual texture part of the assignment. Make sure that you watch my video tomorrow before you begin.